Scott,
What's up, Eric?
I got an idea.
Tell me about it. The Idea Tank Podcast. $1 million ideas coming at you now.
You're in the Idea Tank. Eric and Scott here.
Hey, guys.
We're ready to change the world with our ideas.
Absolutely.
So what do I mean by that exactly? Are we really changing the world today, Scott?
No.
No?
No, we're planting seeds, though. The first step of it.
Yes.
The first step of
All right.
changing the world.
I'm about to change your world. Are you ready for this?
Hey, let's do it.
The world will be changed in one of two ways because everything's on a spectrum, right? Here's the top end of this spectrum. We're going to share ideas today in this podcast, solutions to problems that you might have personally, major companies might have. We're going to share our ideas. We're going to share them for free. And if somebody executes these ideas, the world could be changed. Uber's changed the world. Airbnb's changed the world. Our ideas, if executed, could change the world.
Starting right here at the Idea Tank.
That's on the table. That's a possibility. What's the other end of the spectrum? Well, you listen to the idea, 10 minutes of your life goes by, you're a different person because you're 10 minutes closer to death than you were before. Either way, the world will be changed today on this podcast. Are you more excited than you were before?
Yes. But I'm excited to share some ideas. So, you've got ideas, Eric?
I got an idea.
Let's hear it.
Quick thanks to our sponsor, OutsourceMyFunding.com. If you need a small business loan and the bank said no, you have plenty of options. In fact, too many options. Outsource My Funding is like priceline.com for all of your funding needs. Check them out. On with the show. Scott, have you ever sold a car?
Yes.
Have you ever bought a car?
Yes.
How enjoyable is that process?
Not really fun at all. I bought and sold them on Craigslist.
Craigslist, okay.
Yep.
What's terrible about that process?
You have no idea who you're working with, who's on the other end.
Yes. And have you ever gone to, CarMax or We Buy Your Cars or a dealership to get a quote from them?
Yeah, I have. It's also pretty miserable there.
Pretty miserable.
Because you really don't know. Again, you don't know the people.
Don't know the people. How satisfied are you with the offer?
I don't know.
Do you look it up on Kelley Blue Book?
Yeah, Kelley
going in?
KBB is usually what I use whenever I'm buying or selling a car.
And how's the offer from the dealership relative to the market value? I'm using air
it's
quotes
always lower.
Far lower. So there's this general concept here, right? It's the scope triangle, the idea that you can have something cheap, you can have something fast, or you can have something good.
Okay.
So a place like CarMax simply is operating that the fact that you want something fast.
Mm-hmm.
And you're willing to take less than it's worth to get it done fast.
Mm-hmm.
They're also going to do it very well because if you go to CarMax, they will offer you less than most dealers, but you're going to have a quality experience. You're going to come in, they're going to give you a quick offer. It's going to be low, but it's going to come to you quickly, and they're going to close. You're never going to go to CarMax. They say, we've inspected your car, here's your offer, and then later on they come back and they say, we don't want it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That will happen at other places. So again, you can get it fast. It won't be that much quality, and you get a little bit more price.
Mm-hmm.
Or if time is something you got a lot of, you can put it on Craigslist. You can bring 10 people out to your home or meet them at a parking lot, and you're going to get more money, but it's not going to be as fast. And like you said, quality of the folks you're going to meet is going to vary.
Yep.
Now, people end up just dumping their cars at places like CarMax because at the end of the day, they just want this done. They may value their money, but not as much as their time. Some just would dump it to get quick cash, but that's not everybody. So here's the idea. Here's the solution. Here's the middle ground.
Land the plane.
The what?
Land the plane.
Yes. All right. So what if you could go to a website and pay for a quality inspection?
Okay.
Because I don't know about you, but when I go look at a car that I'm going to buy, I think I got to get my eyes on it. But what I'm really thinking is I need a set of intelligent eyes on it. I need qualified eyes on it.
A third party that knows a thing or two about cars.
Yeah, because I don't know anything about cars.
Yep.
But I know that I don't know, and that there could be major problems.
Mm-hmm.
So what if the seller of the car, they paid for an inspection of the vehicle that was certified, it was guaranteed. These services already exist. Then that car was listed on a website so that you knew that whenever you're buying that car, it is absolutely guaranteed and inspected for you. So who cares if your eyes are on it? Somebody's trained eyes are on it. This already happens now. You can buy this inspection, but the same car that somebody's buying, multiple buyers will pay for the same inspection.
So the new idea is doing the inspection and then putting that inspection report on a website.
Yes.
Got it.
That's the idea. It's pretty simple. It's
Mm-hmm.
because that would be fast. All you have to do is go on a website, put in your car information, purchase the inspection. They come out, they inspect, and they take the pictures, and it's listed.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody goes on the website, they buy it sight unseen because it's already guaranteed by the inspection. And if you're buying a used car, you should already know what it feels like to drive. If you don't, go to a used car dealership and waste their time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. So we've got fast, we've got quality because it's guaranteed, and you're actually going to get more money because you're selling it at the Craigslist price, which is far higher than CarMax is going to give you, far higher than the dealership is going to give you. That's it. Yeah, it's higher than those two.
Okay.
We mastered the Project Triangle.
Right there. It was done. I wish we could share the Project Triangle.
Sharing
the things that we're doing with our arms.
Yes.
So let me try to understand you here a little bit more. So this inspection service, they already exist. Somebody that wants to sell their car comes out, does the inspection, and then the car stays at the resident's homestead or wherever they do the inspection at. And the inspection person goes and puts it on a website, blasts it out to people on a listserv or whatever.
Right.
To people that are looking for like a 2014 Toyota 4Runner or something like that. And the potential buyer contacts the inspection person and they get connected.
Oh no, they don't have to contact. The report is already on the website. I mean, they could really just use eBay.
So they contact the buyer or the seller of the car. The buyer contacts the seller directly.
I'm about to blow your mind. All this, there is no contact.
Okay.
Because remember, somebody who wants to go to CarMax doesn't want any hassle. No hassle. They go on the website, they order the inspection, the inspector comes, takes care of it. It's then with the inspection that includes the pictures that's uploaded to the site, and then it's already on auction. You can just use eBay, auction it. Once it's purchased, somebody comes to pick up the car and it goes away. That's all that the owner has to deal with. They don't have to meet anybody.
They just click online and say, "Hey, I want to buy this car."
Yes.
Click, just like they're buying a picnic basket off of Amazon or something.
Yep.
Okay.
There's just
I got it.
All clicks. I'm sure they could have some sort of a cheesy ad where it's like, just click until it something that rhymes with click. That means I bought a car really easily.
I was thinking click it and ticket, but you really don't want to do that.
Click it or ticket?
I think the police department that's their trademark. All right, ready to deconstruct this idea.
I'm ready for my dreams to be crushed. Go.
All right, let's do it. So I like the concept, but I think for a car, it's a little bit harder because even if I know it's a good inspection report and there's been a third party that's verified it,
yeah,
I still want to go out and test drive it. I don't want to. It's a big purchase.
Mm-hmm.
If I was buying a pair of jeans or something or a picnic basket, sure, let's do it. I know my waist size, my inseam.
Right.
I could do that. But with a car, it's something you drive around. You spend a lot of time in it. And I think there would be a lot of resistance.
Yes.
For somebody going out there and just, click it. I need this car.
So that's a good concern. And so let's go back to the project triangle.
Yes.
Right. You're wanting something that's not as maybe a little bit more quality. You could say that because you're wanting the quality of yourself driving the car. And I'm saying if you can trade the quality of you driving it for the quality of the inspector driving it, I will lower the price because you can already get the service that you're describing. You have to go to a used car dealership.
Mm-hmm.
And a used car dealership price is normally more than a Craigslist price.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a fair complaint,
So
and the service would purposefully not provide it.
Yeah, so you're trading quality for price.
Yes, but let me challenge your challenge. How much value are you really adding to the driving experience versus an inspection with a 30-day money-back guarantee?
Let's take the success pyramid and make it, or the success triangle.
Project triangle.
Project triangle.
Yes.
And let's 4D it or 3D it and make it a
tetrahedron. Did I
pyramid,
nail that?
Or tetrahedron, one of those two.
I think it's probably a pyramid.
So I think there's other factors in there besides your price, quality, and speed.
Whoa.
Assurance, comfort, clarity of mind for a consumer.
Go on.
Especially that I am going to be purchasing this car that I just don't like the feel of it. Everything might be functionally right with it, but I just don't like the way that this thing feels.
Yes.
Because, granted, most cars, like if I had 2007 Mazda something or another, probably drives the same as that another same car of the same year, the same model, probably drives the same. But there might be just a little bit difference in the way that to an end user.
Yeah. So I think this is interesting because are you familiar with Zappos? Zappos.com?
Shoes?
Shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Zappos, and I heard this from Tim Ferriss as well. We're talking about online businesses, online customer service.
Mm-hmm.
A company also called MeUndies.
Yeah.
Buying underwear online.
Yes. Sounds horrible.
Why?
Because you want to feel how they feel.
Well, check this out. MeUndies, what they do is they say, all right, here's our risk. People are going to like our underwear. That's the lifeline of our company.
Okay.
And if they don't like it, you can keep it, and we'll give you your money back. No questions asked. This is a customer service feature that exists now in a lot of businesses. That's why you can order 17 pairs of shoes from Zappos, all different sizes, and then return 16 of them. No questions asked.
Got it.
Because it's a decision that they're making. So there are car companies right now that have a 30-day return policy, which is amazing.
Maybe something like that, offering that service.
Maybe something like that. That's one route. The other route would be just to say, take your three-dimensional pyramid that you made, and I'm pushing it back into the back into the plane.
You're crushing my pyramid.
I'm crushing your pyramid just because I'm going to say that is in the quality quadrant.
Okay.
And I as businesses, I get what you want. I don't think that that's as valuable as what people are paying for it now. I don't think it's really worth the difference between a Craigslist price and a dealership price.
Mm-hmm.
So for this business, it doesn't exist. Like, you cannot get that feel.
Got it.
But again, it's a trade-off. You're going to pay less money. If you want to pay more money, you're free to go to a dealership and get that.
Yeah.
But I would challenge you.
You're selling me on the idea.
You ever get a rental car?
Yes.
First time you get in there, like, I don't know, this is different. And then after a while, you either still I don't really like the Nissan Versa.
Yeah, I was just gonna bring that up.
Yeah.
Like, that car was kind of weird.
One model, the Ford Focus, it felt tiny. Like, as we said before, I'm not 5'7" or close, but even I felt cramped. It was nuts in a car. But for the most part, I get in a car, and after a little while, it's like, okay, whatever. This is just a car.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you turn it in at the end of your car rental period, and you're like, man, I'm kind of gonna miss that. With the exception of the Nissan Versa.
So, but yeah, that would. I don't know. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me ask you another question. How much do you think a consumer would be willing to pay for this service? And how much do you estimate that a regular consumer could increase their profit?
Well, I'm going to go back to the triangle again. I think this is a more quality experience, a higher quality experience than Craigslist. It's faster, so it should probably demand a higher price than Craigslist. It's also the whole point is that you're not going to pay dealer prices, but I think this is a far better experience than a dealership as well for everybody involved. But
I agree.
Part of the advertisement would be that it's going to be less than a dealer, because if I could go to a dealer and drive it, I think people are deceived into thinking that it matters to drive it, but that's fine. So, yeah, I think it's going to fall somewhere in between Craigslist and
Got it.
And the dealer.
Got it. But what about the consumer paying for this service? How much, like ballpark round numbers? How much do you think a consumer would pay for that kind of service?
Are you talking about the person who's paying money to this company?
The seller of the car.
Oh, the seller? That's a good question. I guess if you just went full economies of scale, you're gonna go just the cost of customer acquisition.
Mm-hmm.
So your affiliate marketing, just for people out there, if there's any product that you love and you're going to write a blog about how much you love it, you can go to that company and say, like GNC, if you want to write a bunch of reviews about how much you love the GNC protein, muscle builder, testosterone booster, you guys know what I'm talking about. You can then put a link at the bottom that anybody who buys that stuff because of you, the money that the company was going to spend on marketing, it actually goes to you. So for this, we could just be affiliate marketers for the inspection companies.
Mm-hmm.
And you could probably get a commission, probably get a cut of it somehow.
Yeah.
With probably using eBay to list, or not, or maybe it's just an inspection fee.
So I'm going to relate this to home investors. The
we buy
ugly house.
Yeah, we buy ugly houses.
Yeah. So you can have it's car investors kind of in a way. It's like
yeah.
we buy ugly cars, but we're not buying them. I guess that's true. But they're doing the inspection, and they're connecting buyers and sellers. They're bringing those two parties together.
They are, but perhaps in a future episode, we will pull the rug. Is it pull? Hold on. Let me be less intense here.
Yank
the rug. Pull the wool.
The scales will fall off of the listener's eyes.
We're gonna tell how that business really works, because
bum bum bum.
Yes, because that business is about buying. The company buys the asset. They buy the house and then sell it for more money.
Yeah, they buy it at like 30% what it's actually worth if it was all nice and fixed up.
Yeah, it's
minus repairs.
If not less, that and we can talk about the project triangle, and it depends how quality they are, how fast they are, what they're going to pay you. But with this, it's a different model.
Yeah.
You're
never not buying it.
You're never buying it. And therefore, you never have a car lot, you never have the risk. You're really just making just a new way to think about the car buying process.
Absolutely.
You're bringing an expert on board.
I like it. Sold.
Before we move on to Scott's idea, I want to let you know this is an interactive show. If you know the car business better than us, which would be, we're not in the car business at all.
Pretty much anybody.
Yeah. If you're in it and you know why that idea is terrible, doesn't work, or has been tried, let us know. You can come on this show and tell us why.
Call, text, tweet, whatever.
Instapost.
Instapost?
I made that up. Insta Snap. Chatgram. Chatgram us immediately. I don't have any chatgrams today. If you're a small business and you're looking for a loan, maybe you've gone to the bank and they said no, and you've gotten into the jungle that is the secondary loan market. You ask them, hey, what are the rates? What are the terms? What are you looking for as a lender? And they say, we're looking for someone to fill out this long, complicated application, only to tell you that your credit score didn't meet the minimum requirement. Could have told you that ahead of time, but thanks for filling out the app. Outsource My Funding values your time as much as you do. That's why on the website, you can find all the loan specs ahead of time. Right there on the site, you have on-demand answers, including the minimum requirements for each loan, the pros and cons of each loan type, the terms and rates of each loan type, and how about this? All of the required documents that you will need to complete the loan application. How's that? Check them out, outsourcemyfunding.com. Hey, it's 2017, right? This is the way you should do small business lending.
All right. So I was at work the other week and I was reviewing, it's a technical paper. That's what I do at work a lot of the times is just review technical documents, test reports. And so whenever I review it, I never really look at it on the computer. I like having a physical copy of something in my hands. And as I was reviewing this paper, there's a lot of images in the paper, and they were describing a process that was occurring in during their test, and it would have been something great for like a video, but you can't put a video into a physical copy of a paper.
Hey,
right?
Speak for yourself only.
This isn't Back to the Future quite yet.
Not yet.
Like if I was reviewing it on the computer, that would have been perfectly fine. They could have did a little hyperlink, could have clicked on it, it would have brought up YouTube, and could have watched it on YouTube on the computer, but didn't have that. So what I was thinking is, wouldn't it be awesome to have some type of app on your phone? We're going to go venture in and say augmented reality on your phone, where you don't necessarily have to like scan a QR code and then it takes a little while to load on YouTube. But you can take your phone, pull up this app, and it's basically an augmented reality where it shows you the video actually playing on the paper.
Oh.
So you can still keep reading the words around it, read the caption and everything, but watch the video play as you're reading this paper.
Augmented reality that interacts with real technical documents.
Exactly.
That exist in the real world. Exactly.
And so I started thinking too on my drive over here to Studio 404. We like the same thing happens in newspapers. Like you read in a newspaper, or you read in a magazine, and you want to. I like having those hard copies of things, but I want to be able to see what's going on. I want to there's something that could be a video here that would be really cool to see real time, but you can't watch it. So that's my idea.
I think I understand the idea. But let me see if I understand you, because you're quite a unique person here. You are a person born in the 80s, wearing Chuck Taylors, hipster light, and yet you're reading paper?
I enjoy it. Isn't that's hipster?
I guess it is hipster. We've kind of boomeranged around.
It's ironic.
It is. Maybe because I figured millennials, we don't want. I don't like to read anything in paper. If somebody gives me paper, somebody gave me paper the other day. I sat down to lunch, had a great conversation with this couple, and they gave me their information. So I put it in my pocket, and it was on paper. Then later I got 7 receipts from a place to buy a pack of gum, and I had all these receipts in my pocket. I went on a small rampage, tore every bit of paper out of my pocket, and threw it all away because I don't like any paper in my life. I threw away their contact information. I may never see them again. So I'm going to have a hard time connecting with the value of this idea because I'm already fully digital, fully online. I gave away all my books. I'm not the target audience for your product, correct?
No, absolutely not.
So I'm going to treat you like an alien. So in your world, you're just going to have to tell me, like, how many people are there like you who like both hard copies and to be connected to the digital world?
Have you ever watched Men in Black?
Yes.
There's aliens all around us. There's a lot of us. No, I think it's fair to say that, like, there's a lot of people, especially where I work, that we spend time reading papers and reviewing them. Yeah, half.
Okay.
I don't know. I have no clue how many people.
Well, I think it's I'll just make the shift to be thinking like you. Then, I mean, yeah, that sounds great. Because yeah, you're right. There's such an advantage to the digital world.
But yeah, you think like papers would be extinct by now? They're still out there.
Welcome to my world, sir. So this is the concept. Do you have... So, okay, here's my question. You specifically said these are not, what, Q codes or whatever those things
Yeah,
that
the
you
QR.
scan?
Yeah.
The QR. So why did you say that? Is there a disadvantage to that?
Well, you could
something
put
else?
QR codes on your paper and then scan it, and it'll bring up YouTube.
Okay.
That's easy. This is just like automatically there that I could be scanning have a paper and just, or a news technical document in front of me, or a news magazine, and you could be viewing it real time.
Okay. The more I think about it, the more I can. Magazines, I didn't know people still did magazines. Where do you find magazines? Please tell me you have subscriptions to magazines.
I do not.
Okay.
I do not. But office, doctor's offices, waiting rooms.
All right. Deconstruction. I don't know if somebody's going to invest money in this when you could instead invest in something online. Just making a sweet website with the information. And by that I mean, you know, if you had your what's magazine you think? What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite?
I don't have favorite.
You know?
I'm thinking like Field and Stream or something. When I go to the doctor's office, I usually look for like the outdoor magazine or like Popular Science, Popular Mechanics.
Okay. So that your idea versus popularmechanics.com existing. And if you go to, have you been to popularmechanics.com?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Does it mirror what's in the magazine?
I'm not sure. That I haven't looked at, but I have. I imagine it does. Mm-hmm. Like some of the articles that they put in their news or their magazine, they definitely would probably put that on their website, I'd imagine.
Okay. What if they had, let me hybrid this idea with the old newspaper trick. You know how when you ever read a newspaper recently?
Yeah, occasionally.
It was the most, it drove me nuts. It made me angry because you have the front and it has the article. It's like, are you enjoying this argument? Well, here's a scavenger hunt. We hid the rest of it. Find it.
Yeah, and then you're playing like bingo.
Right.
Like B7.
Yes, and they had a code. It was like going to a government agency and they give you all these forms. It's like, we have our own language. You got to figure it out.
Okay.
Enjoy. And
life's tough these days.
Yeah, it was a good article, so I did find it, but it took me so long. So what if it said continued on the website?
Mm-hmm.
For this, and this, go to the website.
I see what you're saying.
But that could be step one, and then it said, but if you want to see it right now, get Scott's sweet sunglasses.
Yeah, sure.
Augmented reality sunglasses.
Put them on. Yeah, instead of having an app on your phone, do glasses. Augmented reality glasses.
Somebody's got to come out with those.
That don't like augment reality and put the temperature outside or like, hey, turn left here. But yeah, somebody's probably come up working on this right now.
Yeah, I mean, I need more distractions when I drive.
I think everybody does.
Scott, got another idea?
Yeah, absolutely. So I got a question for you first.
Okay.
Do you like to cook?
I love to cook.
So do you follow recipes in your cookbook usually?
Well, cookbooks are paper. And so if anybody offers me anything in paper, I treat them like an enemy.
So what about like a recipe off of your phone or your computer? Do you ever follow recipes?
I will set up my phone or my computer with a recipe and read it. Yes.
Yeah. So as you're following through the recipe, it usually has like your list of ingredients, which is very helpful at the beginning. So you can go get your groceries from that, make your grocery list. Mm-hmm. But then you come to the novel portion of the recipe. And do you ever get lost in there? And whenever you're making your recipe, and you come back and you have to read it like 3 times?
I don't like reading anything.
Okay.
So yes.
Yes. So this idea solves that problem. It does it by using a flowchart.
Love it.
It's a flowchart cookbook that says, hey, you've got your flour, you've got your butter and milk, you got to mix them together, and arrows directing the mixing of it.
Right.
So it's a simple idea, but profound.
So it's a graphical interface for a cookbook.
GUI cookbook.
GUI cookbook.
Yep.
But not that type of GUI. That type of GUI.
That. Especially when you mix wheat and flour. It makes a GUI.
You made a gluten joke. Yeah.
So yeah, that's my idea. It's pretty simple, but I think it's profound. For me, it would solve a lot of problems of like whenever I'm reading through a recipe. Whenever I do cook, usually I don't cook, but this might encourage me to cook more. Is having a nice flowchart, and being an engineer, absolutely would love that. Love the idea.
I'm gonna be your hype man here. The graphical interface is basically what YouTube cooking is, or those things. People just seem to enjoy it because you ever been on Facebook and you have that video.
Yeah, it's the overhead video, and they slap a bowl or a plate of meat with some stuff in it. There's
that really famous one that's probably the best video on the internet.
I think I know this one.
King of Crunch.
Yeah.
Where the guys were there comparing different peanut butters and how much crunch scientifically is there in each different type of crunchy brand.
Yeah, which one's crunchier? Mind that crunch.
What?
Mind that crunch?
Mind that crunch, yeah. I mean, I don't know why I hesitated. It's such a popular phrase. This is a video we made, if you guys haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah, we're plugging ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Go watch it, though.
For sure.
Now. You can stop the podcast.
Have we broken triple digits on that?
I think we're at like 58 or somewhere.
No recovery from there.
We'll get to 100 someday.
Yes. But yeah, those videos that people actually have seen on Facebook, they're not really geared towards you repeating the process. People just enjoy watching other people cook, and maybe it's that idea of like you're saying, they understand the problem of when I read a recipe, I don't feel very close to that being the reality in my life. But when they watch somebody do it, it kind of feels like, oh, I made that thing that I like to eat, but I saw how it was done.
And it looks just as pretty.
Yeah. And I can watch the video and then go buy it from a restaurant, and it's just like I made it.
Exactly.
So this would be a nice way of getting you closer to making yourself.
Somebody's got to do it.
Somebody's got to do it. All right, Scott, I got one more. You ready?
All right, let's hear it.
I mean, very relatable idea. You know when you're out with Yo Dawgz.
Like actual dogs?
No,
Your dogs?
Not like dogs. Yo Dawgz.
Yo Dawgz. Like your homies.
Your homies, yeah.
Your bros.
And, you know, Yo Dawgz want to go to different places. Like somebody wants to go to the Pottery Barn. Somebody wants to go to Quiznos. And somebody, I guess one of the dogs has to go to the smoke shop because it's Yo Dawgz.
Yo Dawgz, yeah, absolutely.
And everybody gets separated. What's the one question on your mind?
Where are we going to meet up?
Yo Dawgz, where you at? So this app...
This sounds horrible.
Oh, yeah. Horribly... So this is an app. It kind of already exists, but not in this format. The app is called Yo Dawgz, where you at? And you go into the app, you and all your friends download it, and you select yourself a cartoon-looking dog to represent yourself. And of course, all the dogs are dressed like gangsters. You type your name. Then you select the button to allow the app to track your GPS location so that it will produce a map where all Yo Dawgz are there. So you know, Yo Dawgz, where you at?
Where you at, dogs?
It answers that age-old question. And by age-old, I mean probably from the 90s on. Yo Dawgz, where you at? You can even have a group message feature called Yo Dog Pack. So you can
Yo Dog
yak to your dog pack. This is a serious idea.
This is getting more interesting by the minute.
Uh-huh.
You've thought this out really well.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
How many nights have you stayed up thinking about this?
Well, okay.
Probably too many.
So, all right. Behind the scenes of Idea Tank. I mean, I was taking an app design class, and I was thinking about what app design class should I take? And I noticed it had 4 regular projects and then a free design. So I just started going, and I have a list here of I think like 12 different ideas that I just fired off, and I just write the idea and then I just make a bulleted list. So I was just reading the bulleted list of it's actually number 1. That was the first idea I thought of.
Awesome. I like it.
You like it?
I like it. It sparked another idea in my head, though.
Okay.
So piggybacking off of that, where I thought you were going to go with the idea was whenever you get together with Yo Dawgz.
Yo Dawgz, yes.
It usually involves food, right?
Yeah.
And
dogs get hungry.
Yeah. So the name of this app could be Dog Chow.
Dog Chow. Okay.
Yo Dog Chow.
Yo Dog Chow.
So, like, whenever you get together with this group of friends, you're like, hey, where should we go to eat today? You have any ideas? And you usually have 5 different ideas or people that are just indecisive. Like,
yes.
I'm okay. You make a decision, and then you usually have the one person that wants to go. Hey, let's go to Rudy's and eat. Mm-hmm. That's me, because I always eat at Rudy's. Love it. Good barbecue.
Are you talking? If you're the decisive one in the group, you can decide where the group is eating.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. And so this app would be very similar to where your Yo Dawgz is, because you've got your gangster dog figures on there.
Yes.
And in your group, you can say, hey, everybody, go vote right now on where you want to eat.
Where you want to eat, yeah.
Yeah. And so you vote really quick on your phone, and results come back, and you say, all right, we're going to eat at Steak and Shake.
Yes.
And then what would be really cool is you can partner with businesses to give group discounts.
Group discounts, yeah. And even, I want to say GroupMe and Yelp, they have sponsored. So when you search, like, where should I eat? Yelp. Perfect. Then those sponsored ones come to the top.
Perfect.
I like it.
I like your idea.
Hungry dogs got to eat, and now we know where.
And now we know where they're at after they split up.
The dogs.
The dogs.
Yes.
Yo Dawgz. So let's deconstruct your idea.
Yeah, if you even can.
I think this might be indestructible. It's those gangster dogs. I'm afraid of them.
The cartoon. Who doesn't want an app with where you can pick your own little gangster dog?
Yeah, I don't see a lot of flaws.
It's the golden idea.
Somebody's got to do this one.
Somebody's got to do that.
It's got to be somebody in Silicon Valley right now. Take it and go.
I'll tell you what, you know who could do it? Let's say you're a super talented app designer and you went out with Yo Dawgz and now you don't know where they're at. So you got a little bit of time, make the app, publish it, come on our show, tell us about it, then figure out where your dog's at. And then go find somewhere to eat. That's the show for today. Hey, somebody's got to do it.
If you have an idea to share, tweet us, and we'll mention you and the idea on the show. These ideas are yours. Take them and change the world.